Hi, this is Kyra with RunningReady. Today we're going to talk about long distance running for beginners. Now, if you're the kind of person who gets intimidated by the thought of a distance run and you don't want to lace up your sneakers, be patient and bear with me because I'm going to break it down for you so that we can get going, okay? Let's go. Alright, so how do we start? Well, before you actually get running, if you have any pre-existing injuries, healthcare concerns, or really any questions, make sure you touch base with your healthcare provider so that they can guide you in the right direction. Once you've done that, you need shoes. So the important thing about running is that our shoes fit our feet properly. So some people have what are called Pes Cavus, which is a high arch, and some people have Pes Planus, which is essentially just a flat foot. Now there are different injuries that you could be susceptible to depending on how your foot is shaped. So the best option you have is to go to your closest running store and they'll fit you with the proper sneakers. That way they can answer any questions, and keep in mind that sometimes you might have to spend a little bit more money if you want some quality shoes. Okay, so the next thing after you have your proper footwear is to choose how you're going to train. So some people like to start off with setting a simple goal of just running for 10 minutes at a time their first day, nonstop at any pace. And you know what? That's completely fine. Other people will choose a distance, so say half a mile or a mile, without stopping at any pace. That also is totally fine. Our biggest thing here is that we want to create objective goals while we're building our foundation to build off of. That way you can look back down the line and you can kind of see all the progress that you've made, and it's pretty motivational and encouraging. Okay, so once you have your goals set for your first day of running, decide where you're going to run. So if you're like me, you like to be outside, this trail here is wonderful because it's shaded, has a nice breeze sometimes. So on hot days like today when it's 90 degrees, I'm a little bit cooler than I would be in the sun, and I'm also a little bit more protected. You can also run on the road, on a trail, and if it's not great weather out, you can also choose a treadmill. So as you're training, don't get discouraged if something called a plateau happens to you. It happens to everybody at different points in time. This is why we have objective goals and we track our progress using our solid foundation. A plateau is essentially when you start with some wonderful progress and then that progress kind of slacks off a little bit and you kind of flatten out, and that's your plateau. But you're going to keep going up. It's almost like stairs, so don't get too discouraged. Now, sometimes it's helpful to track those goals, and that will help you realize that your plateau is starting to end and you really are making progress. But also keep in mind that long distance running isn't only about running. It's about aerobic and anaerobic training for your cardiovascular system and strength training for your entire body. So make sure you're getting enough rest and recovery in there. So like today, my recovery day is going for a nice walk because it's really hot out. Other things you can do are elliptical, you can swim, you can bike, any sort of cross training that's going to limit the impact on your lower extremity and on your core. Finally, your rest and recovery also needs to include stretching and mobility. The greater range of motion you have, the more loose you are, the better off you're going to be at, making sure that you're not getting injured, so preventing injuries. You also need to make sure that you are eating and you're using food to fuel your body. That's one of my favorite things. It's what I always tell people. You need to view your food as your fuel. It's getting my muscles going, it's building up my strength, building up my endurance, and furthermore, it's helping prevent injuries by increasing my recovery rate. I always carry a water bottle with me to make sure that I'm staying properly hydrated before, during, and especially after my runs. You'd be surprised at the difference between a hydrated runner and a dehydrated runner. It makes an incredible difference. So the most important thing about running, and I can't stress this enough, is that you're happy with what you're doing, you're enjoying it, you're getting out there for you, and you're staying healthy. Enjoy! I hope you liked the video. If you're looking for more information, you can read up on some articles and watch some videos, as well as grab a free, awesome running plan from RunningReady.com. The link can be found right below this video. Make sure you check it out. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you learned something, and I look forward to seeing you next time.